Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear viewers, without a doubt, every person who accepts Islam has their own unique story and a different background. Some people study Islam for just a few days or a few weeks and then accept it. On the other hand, some takes months, and for some people, it even takes years before they finally decide that they want to accept Islam. Today, we have brought you the story of a sister who studied Islam for 12 years. She read about it, tried to understand it, and truly learned about it. And after those 12 years, she finally made the decision that she wanted to accept Islam.
Hey guys, so I wanted to come on here and share my revert story, how I came to Islam.
All right, so friends, today I want to share my revert story with you, like how I actually ended up accepting Islam and finding my way to it. So first, let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I was born into a Catholic family. I was even baptized as a child. But honestly, if I'm being real with you, my family wasn't really that practicing. Like, there wasn't really a strong religious environment in our home. We didn't grow up surrounded by a lot of religious practice or anything like that. We would just go to church once in a while during the year, like on Christmas, Easter, or maybe some other special occasion. So yeah, I didn't exactly grow up in a super religious household. But there was one thing that always lived inside me. I always believed in one God. Deep down, I always felt like there had to be one creator of this universe, one Lord behind everything. Then when I got to about 26 or 27 years old, yeah, somewhere around that age, something started changing inside me. My curiosity about religion, about God, and about the purpose of life started getting stronger. I started asking myself questions like, where did we come from? What is the real purpose of our lives? Why are we even here? So during that time, I started reading about different religions and doing my own research. Because the truth is, I never really felt like Catholicism completely satisfied my heart or truly connected with me. It just didn't fully resonate with me. So when I began looking into other religions, I actually found good things in almost every religion I studied. Sometimes I'd read something and think, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the path for me. But then it never fully clicked. No single religion really felt like it completely appealed to me. Every religion had some beautiful ideas and good teachings, sure, but there were also certain things that just didn't sit right with me. And those things would kind of stop me from going any further. Now, here's the interesting part. During that time, I didn't seriously study Islam at all. Actually, scratch that. I didn't really study it at all. I mean, yeah, I knew about Islam in a general sense, but honestly, I was kind of scared of it. Or maybe a better way to say it is, I just kept my distance from it. This was around the time of 9/11, and if you remember that time, the media around the world, and especially in America, was constantly showing a very negative image of Islam and Muslims. Because of that, I never really tried to understand Islam properly. I just avoided it. But even then, the search for the true religion inside my heart never stopped. I kept feeling like I was looking for something that would finally bring peace to my heart, something that would give me real answers, something that would reveal the truth. For many years, this search would sometimes get stronger and sometimes it would slow down. It was kind of an on and off journey. I kept trying to find a religion where I could truly feel like I belonged, like I actually fit. But the more I thought about it, the more it started to feel like I was trying to force myself into a box. And honestly, if I didn't fully understand something, or if something didn't completely satisfy my heart, I didn't want to force myself to believe it just for the sake of having a religion.
Before we continue with the story, guys, quick request. If this story is touching your heart and you enjoy listening to inspiring stories like this, then please go ahead and subscribe to the channel so more uplifting stories can reach you. And don't forget to like the video and drop a comment below telling us which city you are watching from. Jazakumullah khairan kasira.
So, about 12 years ago, someone came into my life who ended up becoming kind of like a mentor to me. And he was Muslim. And honestly, he was just a really good person. He had a gentle personality, he was polite, well-mannered, and always willing to help people. Just the way he carried himself really impressed me. His character made a strong impact on me. And he was actually the first real reason I had a proper introduction to Islam. So naturally, I started asking him questions about Islam, and whenever I asked something, he would answer very calmly, very patiently, without getting defensive or anything like that. I really appreciated that. One thing that really stood out to me was that Islam basically teaches people to become good human beings. You know, things like telling the truth, being fair and just, caring about other people, and strengthening your relationship with God. All of this information created the first positive impression of Islam in my heart. But even then, I still hadn't actually thought about converting to Islam. And then 6 more years passed. Then, about 6 years ago, Islam came back into my mind again. And honestly, it happened in a pretty simple way. I started seeing different posts on social media about Ramadan. People were sharing things about fasting, about spirituality, about reflection, and it really caught my attention. So that same year, I decided to actually observe Ramadan myself. At the beginning, I was mostly focused on fasting. I hadn't even read the Quran yet at that point. But every Ramadan, I started feeling something really strange inside me. It was this deep inner peace, a kind of peace that I had never felt before in my life. So for about 2 years, every time the month of Ramadan came around, I would fast for a few days and I would just enjoy that calm, peaceful feeling that Ramadan brought into my life. And at some point, I started thinking, maybe this is actually what I've been searching for all along. Maybe this is the peace my heart was looking for. Then during the 3rd year, when I observed Ramadan again for the 3rd time, something new happened. For the first time, I actually started reading the Quran. And honestly, I was shocked. Like, seriously shocked. It felt like I could actually understand what the Quran was saying. There was a clear flow, a clear logic to it, and I didn't feel the kinds of contradictions that I had personally felt when I read the Bible before. So I remember telling myself, these teachings actually make sense. They're logical, I can understand them, I could actually follow this religion. But even after feeling that, I still didn't make a 100% decision right away. Instead, I just kept observing Ramadan, kept reading the Quran, and kept learning more. And slowly, little by little, my heart started feeling more and more satisfied. Then finally, in 2024, before Ramadan even started, I made the decision. I told myself, I don't want to live my life without Islam anymore. I'm going to take the Shahada and officially become Muslim. And when I made that decision, something incredible happened. This huge wave of peace just rushed through me. At that moment, I was actually driving alone in my car, and suddenly my eyes filled with tears. But they weren't sad tears. They were tears of happiness and relief. Deep in my heart, I just knew this was the right decision for me. So in April 2024, right at the beginning of Ramadan, I officially recited the Shahada, and that's when I became Muslim. Now, I'm naturally a very quiet and shy person, so at first I didn't go to the mosque. I mostly prayed at home, did my worship privately, and slowly tried to learn everything. Last year was actually my first full Ramadan as a Muslim, but I followed the Taraweeh prayers online instead of going to the mosque. So this year, I told myself, no, I'm going to be brave this time. This Ramadan, I'm going to the mosque and I'm going to pray Taraweeh with the congregation. So I finally built up the courage and I went to the mosque. And honestly, I'm so happy that I made that decision. The feeling you get when you pray together with a congregation, it's honestly beyond words. There's this incredible spiritual atmosphere, this feeling of unity, this sense of closeness. It felt like I had somehow become even closer to God. And honestly, that feeling is really hard to put into words. So, yeah, that's my story of how I found my way to Islam. And when I accepted Islam and took the Shahada, deep inside my heart, I knew one thing for sure. This is my path, and I made the right decision.